Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
Welcome to another day in paradise and welcome to the aftermath of the Canary Islands. We spent a total of 14 days on 3 different islands, and for that I'm going to sum all the costs we had up. Then I'm going to divide those by the 14 days and by 2 people, and then you're going to have an average of how much you have to budget per day per person. We started on Fuerteventura, then did a day trip to Lobos Island, and then went over to Lanzarote and came back for the south of Fuerteventura at the end, from where we also flew out again. So this kind of travel makes it a bit more expensive compared to staying on one island and just having one accommodation. We had one accommodation in the beginning in the north of Fuerteventura, then one on Lanzarote and one in the south of Fuerteventura, so 3 in total, which makes it a little bit more expensive. But yeah, that's the disclaimer. We start with the costs for transportation. First costs obviously were the flights, and those were 623 euros and 8 cents. I'm going to leave those out of all the other costs because they might vary a lot depending on the season you are going and also on where you are coming from. So it might be way different for you than it was for us. So I'm going to leave those out. We rented a car for the whole time, which was 450 euros, which is not too much in my opinion. And to drive around, we spent a total of 67 euros and 43 cents on gas. And as I already said, we switched island. We did the day trip via ferry to Lobos Island, and then we had to go to Lanzarote and back, and that was 180 euros and 88 cents. For ferry tickets, we took the car over to the other island as well, which made it a little bit more expensive on top of that. So excluding the flights, the transportation cost came down to 698 euros and 31 cents. For accommodation, as I already said, it was 3 different ones, and we spent a total of 1,154 euros and 82 cents on those, which is not too bad. I always recommend looking for Airbnbs on a nice location, but also not too expensive, depending on what your budget is. Another thing that comes into play here is having a kitchen, because we did not spend any money in restaurants. We cooked for ourselves all the time, so all the costs for food were in supermarkets, and that was 209 euros and 10 cents for 14 days. That's not too bad at all, I guess. As most of the activities and the attractions on the islands are more or less for free, as you go to beaches or if you go hiking, that's all for free. We only spent 70 euros for the both of us for the multi-entry pass that you can purchase and then go to different locations I already told about in the last videos, so check those out if you haven't seen them. But apart from that, we didn't spend any money on that at all. Same goes for the rest category. We didn't spend any money on that. Our SIM cards worked just fine. We didn't do any laundry or just hand wash because we just been there for 14 days, so it was not necessary. So really easy on that one. That leads us to a very quick video today, because now we are going to sum everything up, and like I said, excluding flights, that's 2,132 euros and 23 cents for everything apart from the flights. So I guess that's a very, very good price. And if you break that down to per person, it's only 1,066 euros and 12 cents. And we have seen a lot in those 14 days for that amount. So I'm really happy with that result. And if you break that down to the cost per day to make it comparable to all the other travels I did and I'm going to do, it is going to come down to 76 euros and 15 cents per person per day. Falls quite in the middle between all the other countries. I'm going to list those up here. And that's so much for this video. In the next one I'm going to tell you a little something about what maybe to consider and everything you have to know if you want to go to the Canary Islands yourself. And after that there is a Sri Lanka trip coming up, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like down below as well if you liked the video, to be part of the next adventures and not to miss out on the holy grail of Southeast Asia, my absolute favorite region in the whole wide world so far. And I want to take you with me. Until then, see you somewhere, somehow, sometime. Enjoy life and don't spend too much money on trips, because then you can do more trips. Or spend all your money on trips and save it on something else. I don't know. I'll keep talking too much. We are close to the 500, which is really cool. I would like you to be number 500. That would be great. That's enough. I think now I did enough talking to lengthen the video and all of you are gone. If you're not gone, say, what could you say in the comments down below? Say, I'm still with you down in the comments below.